that's available. Now, based upon the template that you choose from determines how many callouts that you can use for each one of those bullet buttons. In this case, we can use 3. One of the other templates, you can only use 2 callouts. If you choose one of these callouts and you don't like what's there, there's 2 ways to remove them. You can click up at the top where it puts a red X on it. You can click on it, it will unselect it. Go back down, select another one. Or you can just mouse over the one that's highlighted and click on it, and it'll remove it as well. So 2 different ways to remove them.
So which ones do you recommend us having? If you don't have a blog, I would recommend.
On my personal website, I have buying a home, selling a home, and school information.
Okay.
I think that's what I have on mine. Now, I typically don't like linking to other websites because you lose control over what the consumer has access to, or advertising, marketing, and all that. The school location link links to a government website. There's no marketing or advertising on there. It's basically you do a school search, and that's what you're going to get in the results on those pages. So you're not taking a chance of losing the client to something else that's out there. It's not the simplest, but it's the cleanest in regards to marketing and advertising. Read our blog links to the blog within inside the website itself. Buying a home, a form. Contact a broker, a form. Home evaluation is a form. Remax News is an RSS feed. Virtual tour actually links to a page where it filters out and shows only virtual tour listings. Selling a home is a form. School locations is a website. My Property Finder links to the page for the client to log in and go to their dashboard. Find an agent is actually listing the agents inside an office. Map search, self-explanatory. Relocation services links to a page. Open houses. Here's my thinking on open houses. I would not use the open houses, because if you show that and you display that these homes have open houses, what are those consumers, or what can those consumers do at that point? They're going to go to the open house. And who are they going to talk to at the open house? You're not going to be there. So why link to something or provide data on something that you're going to take a chance on losing somebody?
So you have no control of it just uploading your open houses, like your listings?
On open houses, if you choose the open houses, it's going to display all the Remax open houses. So I wouldn't use it. The MLS address search, self-explanatory. Mortgage calculator, same thing. Market Insight is an RSS feed. Connect to a practitioner. These buttons are actually standard buttons throughout the whole U.S. In some regions, agents are known as practitioners and not agents. So that's why that's in there. Property search, home evaluation, map search, home finder, commercial news. All that's pretty much the standard stuff that's inside there. Now, this is what you have to understand too. Did you have a question?
Something like the virtual tour, is that, again, is it every virtual tour out there, or are any of these things able to just use your listings?
All of these right here, you don't have the featured properties right here in these buttons. The virtual tours is actually the virtual tours of all the Remax listings that have virtual tours.
Aren't they already in your website?
Yes, they're already inside there. All this is doing is just filtering them out to where it's a quick access point to those listings. Now, this is what you have to remember. When you select your callouts and you submit, they get loaded into where? Into the sandbox. You can preview them inside the sandbox. However, they're not fully active until you publish. So you can't see what they link to until you publish. Because when you go to click on it, it tells you this feature is not available in preview mode. So in order to see what they link to, you have to publish. So in my case, if you'll watch up on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and publish just to show you what they link to. Okay, so buying a home is a form. School locations, Opens up a different tab, and here's the school information. Let's do Texas. And district name, we're just going to do Katy. Do search. Here's Katy ISD. Let's look at all the schools. Here's all the different schools. Go in, it tells you the students, the schools, basic information. It's not as detailed as great schools, but it still provides some information that's free to your clients or consumers coming to your website. Okay, so any questions over callouts?
So that bar with 3 there, if you check 6, there's going to be 6 across it.
Well, there's only 3, and if you'll notice that right down below, callouts is already selected there, but we're not going to use that one.
I just get previews while I'm looking at it the way it's posed right now. How do I get out of the preview?
Just close that tab, or click cancel on that gray bar.
Up on top.
Yep, click cancel, and it'll close that tab or that window out, and you'll be back inside the homepage wireframe settings. Okay. So you're in preview mode, click cancel, and you're back where we're at. It's okay.
While you're up, can I ask a question?
Yes.
I don't have the same picture that you have. What did I not click into?
You right here, because you have text right there, so click text there.
Oh, yeah.
See, you have text on the first one. We're actually going from here, here, here.
Click what here?
Call outs right there,
Okay.
and that's
There.
exactly what we're doing.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good. All right, the next one down below is featured properties. Click on featured properties. I'm sorry? Hidden is exactly what it says. You click on hidden, it hides that field. It hides that field itself, that cell. So if I click on hide, it hides that cell. You can't see it on the page.
When you preview, it won't be there.
Yeah, so if I preview it, it's not there. Hidden, hide, same thing. It's gone.
I can hide the text.
Yes. So on featured properties, click on featured properties. That little window opens up and it has a link. Go to my featured property settings. I want you to click on that link. Go to my featured property settings. When you click on this link, it's going to take you to the listings featured properties tab. Now by default, under the featured properties tab, it is set to display my listings. There's an issue. I don't have any listings. And because I don't have any listings, by default, the featured properties on my homepage will actually disappear. And I won't have the featured property option available because I have no listings. So how many of y'all are new agents? Okay. How many of you have no listings? My hand's in the air. It doesn't matter whether you have 1 listing, 5 listings, 50 listings, or whatever it is. The goal is to provide as much data to consumers as possible. That's what they're coming to the website for. And in order to do that, you have the option to select My Office Listings. When you select My Office Listings, you never have to worry about not having any listings on your featured properties because there will always be listings rotating out on the featured properties tab or the featured properties window on your homepage.
And you can go back and change it to just yours.
You can go back and change it to just yours. And again, this is personal opinion. You can change it however you want.
But it's just the listings of every agent in your RE/MAX office.
Correct. When it says My Office Listings, it is My Office Listings. Well, this is my opinion. I like automation. I don't want to have to go back and constantly make changes to something if it can be automated. If I have 1 listing, I'm not going to go back and to say display my listings and feature that. because I want listings constantly rotating out because people are going to be hitting the website itself. Yes, sir.
Will if you select office listing, what happens when you have your own listing? You know, like
It's in that rotation.
it's in that.
Yeah, when it says my office listings, it's including your listing and everybody else's. Okay, and just FYI, on your websites, you have all the listings from the MLS on your website. The only thing we are required to display on the listings regarding regarding listings is the office name. So whether it's Remax, Century 21, Keller Williams, Ebby Holiday, whoever it is, all we have to display is the office name. We do not have to display the agent or contact information or phone numbers or email addresses or anything like that. So on your website, you have roughly 35 to 40,000 listings inside there. And when it comes up on your website, your information is always going to show up. In the listing description, it will have the brokerage name, but it is not in bold. We don't advertise who it belongs to. Okay? So just wanted to let you know. So even when you choose My Office Listings, it's only displaying listings inside your office, but it's not going to display those agents' information either. Okay? So you have 3 settings under featured properties. You have main page featured property settings, you have thumbnail, and then you also have list resume. You'll notice that there's gray boxes for each one of them. You're going to select My Office Listings for featured properties. You're going to save it. Scroll down to the next one, click on My Office Listings, and save it as well. So you're going to do that 3 times. Featured properties, thumbnail, save it, list resume, My Office Listings, and save it as well.
Are you going to talk about multiple office listings?
I will as soon as we get done with this part of it. Okay? There's actually 3. You have the main page, which is the first one up at the top. Then you have thumbnail, and then you have list resume or featured properties. Now I'm going to show you where those 3 actually show up on the website. Okay. In this case, give me a second here. I have to go back and rechange or publish something. I just got to make a change, and then I'm going to show you where it actually shows up. And the more you play inside here, the faster you'll be able to get. Just go in, click, make changes, go back, and everything. Okay. On template 2, over on your right-hand side is the featured properties. In this template, on your featured properties, it only displays 1 photo at a time. Each time the page refreshes, that photo is going to change out and that information is going to change out on that property. This is what they call the main page featured property settings. Underneath properties, you have what's called featured properties. When you click on featured properties, it's going to show thumbnail photos of each one of the listings. And if you have it set to My Office Listings, you'll probably have multiple pages of listing photos inside here. And then under profile, you have property resume. Property resume is nothing more than an Excel format display of all the listings. Okay, somebody asked one time, why do we have those 3 different options inside here? I understand the main page feature property settings because that's your home page. The thumbnail, I haven't figured that one out yet. And I've asked Reliance to explain why it's inside there, and I don't have an explanation. The list resume, I get it because it's displayed in an Excel format, and these are links. When search engines crawl this page, what do they do on this page? It's not linking to the MLS. They actually follow the links on this page as well. So when they follow the links on this page, it opens up to the listing details. So now this listing is actually being crawled from your website as well. So it helps with search engine optimization. So this I get. The thumbnails, I think, is nothing more than just probably for consumers to be able to see a nice size photo of them itself. The main page, again, depending on the template,
Where you get, like, I wanna make sure that I have that.
make sure you have it set correctly.
That's what I was just looking. I wanna make sure I have that. Oh, you know what, I'm in a different template.
Hold on. That's why I published and I switched. Where did I get what pictures?
The featured properties?
The featured properties, where did I get the photos?
Yeah.
From the MLS.
Okay. Those are some of my office's listings.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a demo account, so I'm actually pulling different listings out.
Okay.
This account's not attached to anybody.
That threw me off for a second.
So on the featured listings, featured properties, and this is one of the things where you pretty much are going to set it and then forget about it. You're not going to go back and make any changes to. Now, anybody here in an office that the owner actually owns multiple offices? Sort of? Okay. Under multiple offices, when you select multiple offices and save it, what this does, this allows you to go in and actually click on a link for multiple offices. A window's going to open up, and it's going to give you a list of all the RE/MAX offices. And you basically go in here and you select your offices that your owner owns, and you scroll to the bottom and submit. And then in your featured properties, we'll actually group those office listings together inside your featured properties. So it'll rotate out not just that one office, but the other office listings as well.
The broker's got to own more than one.
Correct.
I can't hire it from somebody else.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you shouldn't. So, because as you can tell, I can go in and select every office out there if I wanted to. But in reality, I wouldn't do it. I just select my office listings itself. Now, the last part down at the bottom on the featured properties, it has featured office listings criteria. This only works if you have my office listings selected. You can set a minimum price and maximum price to filter out listings for your featured properties display. Let's say you don't want to show rentals and homes that are below $50,000. Well, you put in $50,000 inside there. Anything that falls below that $50,000 is excluded from the featured properties rotating out. Since almost everybody here is a new agent, leave it set at 0. Because even though somebody is looking at a rental, sometimes those are the best ones to convert to buyers because they don't realize that what they can afford. So I left mine set to 0. I'll take anything that's coming through. And even if it's not in my area, it's okay. Refer it out. You're still going to make something off of it. So don't filter out listings because then you're excluding people from looking at those listings itself and potential business. Okay, so any questions over the Featured Properties tab? Is everybody good? All right, scroll to the top, click on Site Builder.
Yeah, Mike, a quick question.
Yes.
Mine aren't grayed out here. Is there a reason for that? Since yours are grayed out.
They're grayed out until you select something. Once you select something, then at that point you can delete them or remove them.
Okay.
But I didn't submit it either.
Okay.
All right, so under Site Builder, Site Design, Website Settings. I know I'm not covering text right now. After we get back from break, or here in a little while, we're going to take a break. When we come back from break, we're going to go into the text fields on the home page because I'm actually tying that into something else. So Site Builder, Site Design, Website Settings. Under the Website Settings, This is actually where you can have some fun with the templates. Pretty much starting out, you have the background image or the wallpaper. Now the wallpaper, what it's referring to, oh, I already have a tab open, is the image behind the website. It's this background image or the wallpaper itself. So basically you go into the wallpaper or scenic image, you click on it, nothing changes. It actually does in the background, because when you select it, what happens? It loads it into the sandbox. So when you click on it, automatically no, it loads it into the sandbox. Then you click on preview, and you can see what that background image looks like, how it correlates with the website and everything. If you don't like it, you go back and you select another one, click preview. The background image or wallpaper is really simple. You find an image that you like, publish. If you don't, go back and find another one.
So you cannot create your own background?
Now, on the backgrounds, you cannot upload your own background photos. The reason for that is that it has to be an original format, meaning it has to be a camera shot or a photo, not from your iPhone or something like that, because sometimes they're thumbnail photos and they won't cover the whole web page in the background itself. If you have an image that you would like to use as a background on your website, email it to eCare. You have to remember too that if we upload it inside here, who has access to it? Everybody. All right, so whatever you send to us, if we upload it here, everybody has access to it. And what I mean everybody in Remax in Texas, not the whole US. Now you don't have to click on this link, but I'm going to show you here. If you don't like any of the images and you want to use a background color, you can click on the color and or pattern. So in this case, I am going to choose a blue. I'm just going to select it so y'all can see what it does. And it's a solid color. At the bottom, you have patterns. I don't like the patterns. However, you can also use patterns. And if for some reason you start looking at the colors, you don't like the colors, you can go back to a scenic image, select an image, and it actually switches everything out. So it's really simple on the background images or colors. All you're doing is making a selection, preview it. If you like that change, publish, go on to the next thing.
Did they ever change these out for seasonal type background?
If you want an image for seasonal, we are willing to upload it.
Just send it to the eCare?
Email it to eCare and we'll be happy to upload it.
We have, set material with sort of color on it. You can probably just contact whoever does the printed stuff and put in the exact colors, and we, like I see, are like red, green, blue. Is that?
Yeah, you'll need the RGB, or at the bottom, you'll need that code for that color itself. So if you're wanting to use the exact same color, just remember too that print color and web colors are not going to be exact. Web is, yeah, web is always going to be more vibrant than print anyway. So any questions over wallpapers, background colors? Is everybody good? Okay, I got like half a head nod from one person. You know, I ask everybody, nobody's nodding, and one person just does this.
Could I see a quick pattern in blue?
I'm sorry?
The pattern at the bottom, could I see that on the preview?
Sure. Okay. Now, accent colors. Accent colors. What the accent colors is referencing And I'm going to zoom into this back again. So, accent colors. It's the blue bar above the header image, the menu bar, whether you're using a quick search with a map or the quick search with photos, it's going to highlight there. These little blue bars on your callouts. Your featured properties, if it's on the website, so whether it's a featured properties carousel or the individual featured properties image at one time, and the bottom footer color itself. Now I'm going to make a change just to show y'all the difference. Okay, oh, didn't mean to do that. All right, so this is the color. Sorry about that. Let me go back. And you'll see, you can't see the top bar, but it changes to the same color as the menu bar. On the quick search with the map, it makes the changes in there. It changes the highlight color in your callouts, and the same thing at the bottom itself. I'm sorry? Did it? I didn't even pay attention to that. Cool. So it changes the name color. It sure did, didn't it? All right. So this is where you have to be careful. I know you're going to design your website to what you like, but you have to keep in mind that you have to design the website in regards to backgrounds and colors to what the general population likes. Because if you're going to do something that's very drastic, you're narrowing down your market pool of people that will stay on your website. And what I mean by that is going to extremes. I know this is being like really off the wall, okay, but really, how many people would actually stay on that? Some teenagers might. Okay, so you have to take into consideration that when you start, again, when you're working with images, accent colors and background colors or prints and things like that, you want to try to stay with something that's going to attract to the mass population, not to a specific group. So to give you an example, I'm going to select the horse as a background. And let's see if I can find... I'm trying to find brown. Give me brown. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you see what happens? So just by changing the background and the accent colors, everything actually flows better together when they're close in color, and there's not a huge contrast between the two. And here's the cool part. Everything's inside the sandbox. If I don't like it, go back and change it. It's not even published yet. Right. So any questions over wallpapers, accent colors? How easy is it to change? It's pretty easy, right? Okay. The next one down below is headers. Click on headers or the header library. Now, headers, what it's referencing is the header image up at the top right above the menu bar. If it says no header, it means what it says. No header. There's not going to be an image there. Under the header library, there's about 30 different headers that you can choose from. When you're looking at these headers, what do they all have in common? I'm sorry? No, besides the size. Besides the families. The picture in the center, he caught it. The reason the picture is in the center is because by default, over on your right-hand side, you have your business card. Your left-hand side, you have the office name, Remax and the office name displaying. So if they had images going all the way across the banner, the business card profile and the Remax name would actually be overlapping that. Now, the header library, you can only select one header and it's static. You cannot select multiple headers at one time and those rotate out. That is something that probably about 2 months ago we did select, so that is in our enhancement request box, that you can either upload multiple headers or you can select multiple headers images from the library, and they rotate out each time the page is refreshed on your home page. Now, can you upload your own custom headers? Yes, you can. Go ahead and click on Custom Headers. Under the custom headers, there is no limit to the number of headers that you can upload. Now, I'm going to demo a couple of headers for you. Okay, so this first header, this is the header. This is the owner out of San Antonio, Carl Bishop. And this is his header for his website. So he's got his team photo inside there. He's got his domain name, got information up inside there, and he's got his office name and all that inside the header. Do y'all see the business card? Y'all don't see the business card, right? Okay, I'm going to show you how to actually remove that so you can use the full width of the header. Sam Ferrari out of Pearland. Move with Miller. That's his header. And yes, I am a Remax agent. This is my header. So yes, everything I'm teaching you, I also do as well. Now, what's the difference between this header and this one compared to this one and this one? The size. If you're going to create your own custom header, you have to just keep in mind consumers, your friends, relatives, whoever it is coming to the website, they're not going there to look at the header. They're going there to read something or search for something. So there's no reason to take up that much territory, because every page that they go through, guess what? That header is on every single page. So every page they go to, they've got to scroll down to get to something. Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the header other than the height. Everything they have in there is fine. It's just the height of it is too big. So, right. So can you upload your own custom header? Yes, you can. How many of y'all know how to use PowerPoint, InDesign, or any of those programs like that? Okay, let me rephrase that again. How many of y'all know how to use PowerPoint? Okay, see, everybody's like, oh, I don't know how to use that. I said PowerPoint, InDesign. You were probably thinking I was going to say Photoshop, right? Okay, if you were thinking that, that's what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say PowerPoint. All right, so PowerPoint. You can actually use PowerPoint to create your own custom banner. And how do you do that? By watching a video. On YouTube, there's multiple videos walking you through on how to create a banner using PowerPoint. So if you go to YouTube and you type in create banner using PowerPoint, there's multiple videos that you can click on. And it doesn't matter if you're 2007 or 2010 or what version of PowerPoint, they have all the different videos inside here. Now there's one thing that you have to remember, or write down and remember. PowerPoint does not create slides in pixels. It only does it in inches. And inside here it says recommended dimensions 944 by 144. If you do the conversion in pixels, it's actually going to be about 12.5 inches by 1.5 or something like that. It's not going to fit inside here. What I've found is about 8.5 inches by 1.25. So if you go into PowerPoint and you change your page size to 8.5 inches by 1.25, it actually works inside here. So PowerPoint, the page size, 8.5 in width. The height, 1.25. You can go higher on the height if you want to, but the height is typically about 1.25, which is about it.
Have you ever used PicSize?
What is pick size?
A free website that you can have your size of pictures down and you can actually custom do it.
No, I haven't. Okay, so apparently there's a website called PicSize that you can.
It'll even let you custom in it and put your height and width and pictures.
The PIC, pic.
Yeah, PICSIZE.
Okay, so picksize.com. So good website, go look at it. And I'll have to look it up at break or something.
Very good.
All right, now, why would you want to create custom banners? If you have a team,
Or set yourself out from
to separate yourself out from the other 46,000 agents that are using the same banners.
Seasonal.
Seasonal. You're personalizing it to your market area. Okay, distinguish yourself from other people, separate yourself. You have holidays that come up. Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Labor Day, Memorial Day, all these different holidays that come up, correct? Yes, specialization like commercial. What about special events that happen in your market? You have I live in Katy, so what's coming up is the Katy FFA Ag Fair. So would I put that on the banner? Why not? Because here's the thing. If you're consistent in advertising or marketing events or things that's going on in your market, people will go back to your website to look at that. If you're going to create banners for holidays or seasons, don't put a date on it. Because if you put a date on it, what do you have to do next year? You got to change it. So you can wish everybody